It is a misrepresentation to think that the deposits of the people have been taken by the central bank and given to the government, and that's why they don't have an access to their funds. Because in the period between 2017 and June 2020, we have injected net to the banks 11.3 billion, which means that we returned all the money they deposited with the central bank, and we gave them over and above as injection of fund $11.3 billion. The funds that we lend to the government are essentially in Lebanese pound, so we don't have to use any deposits for that because we are the issuer of the Lebanese pound. We know that the funds that were used for the imports are the reason why the banks have less liquidity.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the central bank should have record of every US denominated transfer out of the country, right? So technically you can follow that money, right?
No, because we don't deal for third party. The accounts we have at the central bank are in the name of banks. We do the transfers for the banks, but we don't know once the transfer from the account of the bank here to the account of the bank outside the country, how the funds move after that. We don't have access to that. And this is also a misrepresentation because the central bank does not deal for third-party people.
I know you have extensive investment outside of the country. Are you going to lead by example and reinvest your money?
I did. First of all, I have a lot of investment and money in Lebanon, contrary to what is being said. Second, I am a man who worked outside the country, who made money and declared how much money I had before becoming governor of the central bank. I did it on television with documents. Third, I have always kept bringing money into the country because this is the way I can pay for my living here or for whatever real estate I need to buy for family use or for personal use. And
are you ready though to repatriate more money?
I am ready, and I have been repatriating, but I have to tell you also that I didn't transfer out money from the country. I brought all my life money to the country, and my family also, who worked outside Lebanon, brought all what they made outside into the country. No, I didn't do a business because I am a governor, I cannot work, but I have invested in real estate, and I have my style of living here that is all funded by outside money.
What happens next to the banking sector? When do we see consolidation of the banks?
After the end of February, as the circular we issued last week, the banks who don't have the solvency and the liquidity we have required will be taken over by the central bank, and those who can survive will remain. We don't want to bankrupt any bank because we want to protect the depositors' money. This is not a Ponzi scheme as some have described it, because as I mentioned to you in the interview, we injected more funds into the economy, into the banking sector, than we took from the banking sector. And therefore, this cannot become a Ponzi scheme in the sense that we, the central bank, had injected funds, not taken funds from the banking sector, and then we didn't return them.